My name is Higbee. I'm a dance educator. I have a bachelor's degree in dance pedagogy. I've been teaching dance in mostly dance studios, but also universities, high schools for 25 years. I grew up figure skating. I took my first dance class in junior high and I fell in love with the art of dance. I fell in love with choreography and using dance as an art form, how to express emotions, express ideas. So really it was the art of dance that drew me in, and from a very young age I knew I wanted to teach dance and I just loved it. I loved everything about it.
I danced from when I was 4 until I graduated high school. And I danced at a dance studio and I did my dance company in junior high and high school, and I loved it so much.
First and foremost, going back to that idea of creative expression, to me, using dance as my own creative expression, but also teaching my students that dance is a form of creative expression. Second portion is what it does for me physically. Like, I love the physicality of it. I love that I'm challenging myself physically. Even after 25 years of teaching, I still find ways that I'm pushing my body physically, and that's very satisfying to be able to have the physicality part of it.
A lot of things, but first the way it makes me feel. I mean, being able to express those emotions in a different kind of way, and I think the relationships I have made throughout dance have changed my life, and some of the most important people in my life have come from dance. Yeah, I've seen it just change their life completely. From what they used to do all the time. They had to go to a treatment center. They had to stop dancing. They couldn't, they couldn't do what they loved, and they were away from their friends and have been in and out of treatment centers. So it's kind of taken up their whole life, I would say.
I've known many dancers over my years of teaching that have varying degrees and levels of body dysmorphia, some ranging just, from being critical of their own bodies and how their bodies work to full-blown mental illnesses where it's developed into anorexia, bulimia, where they've actually had to go to inpatient treatment, all stemming from experiences that they've had growing up in dance. It's difficult because the nature of dance and developing technique and developing proper form require dancers to spend a lot of time in front of a mirror, analyzing and critiquing and making sure they're reaching a certain aesthetic that is desired for dance, and that constant growing up, looking in the mirror, analyzing, critiquing, and welcoming in comparison with other dancers after years and years, there's some damage that happens there, and that there's really not a lot you can do as far as that is concerned, because in order to refine a dancer's body, that has to happen. The mirrors are an integral part of that.
It's hard in the dance world. I think everyone tends to compare themselves to each other because you're looking in a mirror all day, every day, dancing, comparing how your body moves, how you look, and how big or small you are, what you look like in that costume, And it's so easy to have that comparison, but just helping everyone feel loved and accepted for who they are, and to just be happy with who you are in the body that you have, and being grateful for how you can move your body and for what it can do for you.
I think the number one thing we can do is educate our dance educators on how to use those mirrors as a way to help ourselves better instead of compare ourselves to others. Teaching dancers from a really young age that every body is different and every body is capable of different things to different degrees. And just because one dancer can do something and the other dancer can't doesn't make one dancer better or more valuable than the other, understanding that that our bodies are limited in the way that they're designed, bone structure, or just even history, cultural history. There are limitations. So there needs to be more education to the educators, spending time celebrating the things that they can do with their bodies, teaching them to take care of their bodies, and more sustainable practices in dance, things that aren't going to hurt them or develop problems. So it's really an attitude, I believe, of the way things are taught to the dancers, and bringing awareness to early signs of dysmorphia. Dancers starting to dabble in binge eating and not eating and skipping meals. I've heard of ballet teachers telling kids to skip meals, and really dangerous practices for young children, and comments made in class about size and about weight. Those need to end. There needs to be this understanding that all dancers on a team are valuable, and progressing in technique does not have anything to do with weight, and it has everything to do with developing your body, your strength.
When they're going through that, what they really need is that love and that attention in like a positive way. And so just showing them an extra amount of love and care, and helping them just feel confident, like reassure them and they're beautiful and who they are, and helping be there as that support for them.
Oh, really just the research. There's a lot of research out there. There's a lot of articles that have been published that talk about where these issues with body dysmorphia and eating disorders stem from, and parents understanding what should be done, because parents do contribute to this as well. You have very competitive parents behind competitive dancers. Them becoming more aware of the problems, and then them holding their teachers to a higher standard. Say, I won't stand for this. This is not healthy for my child. And keeping an open dialogue when their child starts to exhibit behaviors that are a little alarming. Talk to them. Just say, how are you feeling right now? And have an open communication with your dance teachers so that it doesn't progress, that it can be addressed at a younger age. Because when it becomes years and years in of an eating disorder, it becomes a very difficult road to escape from, and usually requires some serious professional help.